I live in a house with six other people, and in an attempt to be eco conscious, we take out recycling about 2 times a week. But with this many people in the house, it's clear how fast this plastic adds up. This got me wondering, am I doing this properly? Turns out it's not as simple as it seems. Not all plastic can be recycled. Sometimes the plastic itself still has product left over in it, or if the product is small, think less than 3 inches, it doesn't even make it through the sifting process. So, even though I can wash something like this out and throw it in the recycle bin, I might as well just throw these in the garbage. This is what we call the linear economy. In this type of economy, raw materials are used to make a product, and once that product is done, it gets tossed out. It has no way of being recycled or reworked back into the economy. So, a shift to a more sustainable system means that we move from a linear economy to a circular one. This means that from the start, products are made with an aim to make them reusable and recyclable. So, when a product is done, the plastic packaging gets recycled, and this way it takes away the need to make new products. Now, this sounds good in theory, but not all plastics can be recycled. This brings us to the problematic plastics. Problematic plastics refers to items that cannot be easily recycled. This includes plastics that are poor quality, plastics that can be replaced with other more sustainable materials, contaminated plastics, and then there is all these small plastics that get tossed out during the sifting process. With this many problematic plastics around, it got me thinking of how we even got here. Is there a future where plastic could be eliminated? To find out more, I spoke to Kevin Brady. He's the Director of Sustainability Services at engineering and construction management company Asinco. So, Professor Brady, thank you for sitting down with me today.
You're welcome. Happy to be here.
Thank you. So, can you tell me a little bit about why has plastic become such a common material that's used in production design?
Uh, a lot of reasons. The different types of resins can be applied to all kinds of different products. It can be used in almost every sector of the economy, and it can be produced at low cost.
Like, if it has all these benefits, what's the catch with plastic?
They get dispersed everywhere. Many times the material doesn't even make it into a recycling system. It's thrown out and they accumulate, and it's causing a lot of problems for ecosystems. The photos and pictures of the oceans and rivers and beaches that are littered with plastics they're horrific. Plastics has a problem. The industry really needs to be policing itself more and trying to figure out these issues.
Is there space or is there a role for plastic in the future?
In terms of what the future looks like, it's a zero waste society as much as we can, right? And in that zero waste world, we have a more circular economy. So materials that are being produced and going out into society are being reused over and over again. And the plastics industry has to figure out how it's going to live in that world, or it's going to get designed out of that world.
This still got me thinking about recycling my shampoo bottle. Is there any way to make this process sustainable? Maybe there's a way to do away with plastic packaged shampoo altogether and use something else. I was happy to see that this is being done. One of the companies is called Earth Suds. I wanted to learn more about the people who made the product and what their goal was. To do this, I spoke to Marissa Viteretti, one of the company's co-founders.
I'm Marissa Viteretti, and I'm the co-founder and head of product for Earth Suds.
Okay, so what motivated you to make a zero waste product?
I've always been very sustainability focused. I care a lot about the impact that we as humans leave on the planet. And I think that there's always better ways to be doing things in terms of something sustainability wise. I think that in general, the best businesses, you are running the most profitably when you're running the most sustainably.
What sort of impact has Earth Suds had on sustainability?
So since starting, we've been able to prevent over 17,000 plastic bottles from being created. And because plastic uses resources to create it, such as water, oil, and CO2. By effect, we've also reduced the use of those resources. So about 17,000 bottles would equate to over 23,000 liters of water, over 300 liters of oil, and over 3,000 pounds of CO2. Since that we have started, there's been a lot more, ideas that have come out that are similar to us. And that's great in terms of like the amount of products that we can have on the market for different options of sustainable versions of shampoo, because then that just means that every consumer can find a more sustainable option that works for them.
The shift to a circular economy model for plastics requires everyone to be on the same page. Companies like Marissa's are showing what people can do to eliminate plastic waste. And until manufacturers claim responsibility for their products as end-of-life management, I can do my part too by ensuring I recycle correctly.